Hi, everybody. I'm checking to see if this is going live. And I think it is. I'm going to do a little share into my group. How is everybody today? So I'm popping on the live. I had a beautiful session last night with my level 2 light language group. And we've been just co-creating a lot of beautiful energy. And a lot of that, I suppose, Christic consciousness energy coming through as we've been getting together. And a lot of visions came in. For me during that, a lot of clearing came through. And right after our call, I found out some things. And I wanted to come on today and just share some of those things that have been coming through. And some of it has been about this up-leveling that we're going through that can bring about a bit of uncomfortableness in every aspect of our life, be it mental, emotional, psychically, spiritually. That there's a massive readjustment phase we're all going through. And just in my own life, I've been having a lot of dreams and knowings coming through about passing of people. And this is the stuff maybe that we don't want to talk about. Maybe we even have a fear of attracting it into our life. But I kind of want to just put it out there because the deeper and deeper into my own knowing, I suppose, and you need to feel if this is resonant for you too. So many souls have made a very conscious choice to create gateways, portal gateways, exit points, whatever word you want to use, in their timelines right now. And we're going to see a lot of that over the next 3 to 5 years. And it's almost like it happens in waves. And I've been noticing this for me in my group. And when I say group, when I mean soul group, soul family, like physical family, there's been a wave of knowing, and it's almost like I'm grieving before it happens, and then it happens. And there has been passings in my family recently. And some of you may have the inkling of that happening, like this intense grief, and you're like, well, I don't know why I'm feeling that. And sometimes that's actually like you're getting prepped, you're getting ready. Mainly you're getting ready because some part of your body can sense it coming, but also that you're holding that space for others when it does happen. And there's this merging and bridging that needs and wants to happen right now. I've been talking it over with a few of my friends, and it's this merging and bridging of our humanness, that whole like 3D aspect of ourselves, the physical body aspect, the emotions that we're still going to go through, even though at a higher level we understand why, but we're still human. We're still going to move through that. And that's where my struggle has been, is bridging that gap, if you want to call it a struggle or just a natural evolution of what as humans we move through when we have passing. And when I say passing, I mean like death, okay? Or severe illness. The choosing, even some people might say choosing to check out, and the body might be there, but mentally you're knowing they're not. They're in the realms of despair. They've checked out of life, they've checked out of the relationships. So where you're maybe sensing that, maybe where you've already experienced death, a lot of death in the family or the friend or the soul tribe, or you're observing that, just quite tapped in and tuned in, and you're feeling any of this, right, that comes with it. I don't even have words for this. I do know that when these knowings are coming in, I'm moving through a lot of emotion. So I'm just going to speak from my point of view, I suppose, because that's the only thing I know. Like I've had a lot of anger at God coming recently. Stuff I didn't know that was there. I mean, this is unconscious stuff, right? And then this anger and this feeling in the body and this grief, and then I'm getting the visions, I'm having the dreams, and then it happens. And part of me doesn't want that, right? Part of me is like, I don't want to know that. And then part of me is like, okay, I'm getting ready, and am I okay with being ready in this way? Yes and no still. And I wanted just to do a little transmission really to help bridge this energy, because it can feel a little surreal and almost like a movie, and it can feel very uncomfortable, and then it can feel perfectly at peace and at ease. And there's all these types of in-betweens, right? And I don't know if any of this is making sense. I really don't. Maybe this is not going to resonate. Maybe it will with only a few of you, and that's why I'm coming on. And really it's just to allow ourselves that space and time where we don't have the fear, and we don't need to have any fear about it anyway, but we still might move through those ranges of emotions like acceptance, denial, anger, non-acceptance, that kind of thing. So I'm going to just bring through a transmission because I don't think my words have any meaning right now today. Yeah. Okay. So if anybody's resonating with this or is moving through death or passing in their friendships or their families, let me know, and this will move into the higher self of each of us, really, for whatever needs and wants to come through, and whatever awakening in that soul that needs and wants to happen in their transitioning. I want to call that in as well. I definitely got the sense in some of the souls passing that the one aspect of them was like, oh, I didn't know this was going to happen, I wasn't ready. And then another aspect is this has been here, this has been planned. And I think that's where my anger, when I have that realization, I'm like, oh, okay, there was no wrong and right in this via a decision that was made or via a choice or whatever. And that this is part of that soul's choice. And can I be okay with that? That's been an interesting question I've been asking myself. Oh, this little voice in my head even going, I knew better. If what I had said had been followed, this wouldn't have happened, kind of thing. And I'm like, that's my arrogance, right, coming in. So moving past that and into peace and just allowing the soul its own journey, that's a major thing. And realizing as well certain choices, decisions that are being made, even by the collective right now, where any judgments might be on one side or the other, because it's everywhere, or projection or fear, or even being incredulous at how can you not see the truth here? What? Wherever that is, and realizing that some souls choose to go through certain things right now, be it illness, be it making choices that are not going to be healthy for the mind, body, soul, or spirit, be it even going to the door of death, and that those choices are by the soul. They're divinely there for a reason. So the soul either has an awakening or has a realization as well. And sometimes what can, from our perspective, looking in, going, you don't need to go there, but maybe they do. So bridging a gap there as well, and that's my own consciousness. I'm inviting that bridge in my own gap there, and peace with that as well. So I don't know if these words are making sense. I'm moving through stuff. But I wanted to come on really just to bring in that transmission. So I'm going to invite us to, in love, gather in our space, our circle, inviting in the highest source consciousness, inviting in the divine feminine and masculine, inviting in all the beings of light that need and want to be here to help guide us through these transitioning times with the awakening that's happening within Earth, humanity, and all her peoples and creatures. And this preparation mode that we are in. And that wherever we have resistance, I invite in the ease and the grace that we can be easily molded into the highest aspects of ourselves, whatever that happens to be in this moment, in this time. And it's all perfect, right? It's all perfect. And anywhere there's any emotions or grief or anger, look at me burping, whew. Anywhere there's anything creating that resistance, projections, judgments, pain, suffering, I'm inviting the release of that for the highest good of the collective, of me, myself as well, and anybody else watching that needs and wants that. And that we can all gain and gather that bridge into the perspective of source as we release anything that we've been carrying generationally, ancestrally, or karmically. We invite in the domain of source, the domain of divine consciousness, the domain that is, some might call heaven, bliss, the highest source potential of each of us now. And we awaken and invite that awakening of all parts of ourselves, lost, abandoned, rejected, numbed out, disassociated. We invite that back in, that awakening into source, into love. Come back home, all parts of us right now. All parts of me come home. All parts of me at war with myself, all parts of me rejecting myself, all parts of me punishing myself, all parts of me not loving me. That's what I'm calling home, and I invite you to do that as well if any of you have that. Tuya kanamas hiti ahalaka suri atamana utu abasana mama reiki karakate matatu. Suhati, 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 Suhati Vushukonana Ma'aete. We invite in the I am presence of each of us watching that need to want to receive a divine and holy transmission through the I am presence of each of us, because this is a co-creation. Kani mahawa akai sinima truku ka alhai itiria tamono kuiti. Shiva alhai. Inviting in the Christ at Yeshua consciousness, the Magdalene source. Shiva sama iti arhat lahasuru kumana ativalhi. And I invite you into a receiving position. Just breathe in deeply. Exhale out. Let your body for these couple of moments now begin to invoke in your power, your I am, your soul tribe, your guides, your source. Call it in now, invoke it. Like, I invoke you, come, Holy Spirit, come. Whatever you associate with Shiva, Jesus, Yeshua, Christ, whatever words that you want to bring in, Gayatri, Ganesh, whomever you associate as source, or even the I am of you, my I am, I call you in. Your galactic, your soul star family, whatever you, my ancestors, whatever they need, whatever you need to call forth now, call it in. Be it even the breath, the Holy Spirit of the breath. I invoke you, I invoke you. Reveal yourself to us. Breathe that in, like say it out loud. Reveal yourself, me. Reveal yourself, source, to me. I receive you. Reveal yourself. Show me what you look like. Show me what you feel like. Let me feel your tingles over my body. Here, right now. Right here, right now. And breathe it in. Bless us with the peace of one love. Allow us to become intimate with you. Awun, 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 dehe shiwa lahe ahakaye, rahandana manasoko, shwa kiyata. And breathe. Let your body sigh out, soften into the root and the womb of you. Nadu bindu sanamana eke, activating the womb space. Suro kamana eti valhasa. Naga, naga, naga. Tukanihima shwahaiti. Naga, naga, naga. Tuahamla hesiwa karete. Naga, 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 nam, 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 rupa, 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 rakshasama akaikana tadoriti. Shuvalasani esiti akarata mutkoihiti vashawalahate. Urumi ahala surudoya manaseti. Let us clean the eyes of the windows. O Hishiwada, into the deepest soul, Arakata Manaha, the parts of us that have not been seen, the parts of us unseen that remain to be seen. Dola Shawa, let us clean away, O Domana Kaiti Washawa, the confusion and the darkness and the Maya, Ahishiwa Kata Manaha, and the webbing of old, of the ancestors, and these are the programs I'm seeing. Gasha wahaleeti, rumanahete wa shaka namada eti, sufina manahata wa eti kanamana tate. So our thoughts may be clear and our creations clear. Utuna mashawa akariata manasutuyi. Confusion be gone, clarity come. Do hashawaka yetini masata. As it is from within the heart space, so it will be from within the sacred mind space, the pineal. Ramdana satukiti washa taraka. We invite in the holy light. Tasha na 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 into the pituitary, into the pineal. Clear the pineal, please. Surya-deva shawaka Shiva lingam that imna koiti yashitoroko ni ilataiti Manana sawaiti ramdasa taketi Ramdana sawaiti rasamda teikiti Ramdana sawaiti tarsata kurumane iti Ramdana esitrukular mahalle hesiriat Ramdana otoye Hushukora tatamana iti virahaka sandana matoye Halyasar. Breathe in deeply. Put your hand on the heart. Rahandani hete washawali. Let yourself now soften into the body. Let yourself feel the spirit work through you like massaging your shoulders. Breathe it in. Spirit work through us. Holy, holy of holies work through us. Sihawa saye purify us. Doma nane ewa asha. So that we see the truth and the clarity that is within us, that is us, through all time and space. We realize our divinity. Rakatana shutuki lahatara asabi. Hite wasanye waye. Kianya kahate osoroko meleasa. Ramnananano manaye otono rahalasa. Ese kwahakeana manawoko. Okaishua kia trosonda. Shukwa. Dam nananawo. Sukuru sontana di feliseke. Apakashanama yakayekanata. Breathe deeply in and exhale out all that's been trapped in. Like you're just going to give your last. Empty the lungs. You'll feel a pressure on the end of your guide, your I am. Dona manate washaka ni matotoye te rahande ni manasutoye. Breathe in. Aunje ohogesayen yewa ronziala sawaiki. This feels like the lungs, the grief, and that's why I take that deep breath in and exhale it out. Romzanye diamatoe manye Ikenima wasai triama lala oko sheati akama kawaiki la samnara ati mananatoko shiwatra samtanokori ala sawaiki dunama ete dunama etwa dunama aka samdananawaisi. And from the love of the mother's heart, she who is creatrix, Sophia, divine Shekinah, allow her blessing to move within you, activating the heart, the throat, and the womb, spiraling down at the bottom of the spine and rising up into the pineal. So breathe in, imagining, visualizing that beautiful light at the bottom of the spine. And as you exhale out, like a train, it runs up the back of the spine and into the third eye. So exhale out. Breathe in. It runs back down like a barometer. The bottom of the spine, the sacrum. Hold. Feel the build-up of that beautiful energy, golden liquid. And as you exhale out, let it run up to the top of the third eye. Siyatamana Satohiki. And let it then retract back down as you exhale out. And breathe it in, breathe it up again. Hold and exhale it out to the bottom of the spine. Breathe it in again. Sudamanana soke kanayasate kwai. Exhale it out. If you're in receiving, I just want you to exhale as you let your neck move down to the bottom of the shoulder and just allow a little readjustment and look up. This is a readjustment in our nervous systems to realign with the new energies coming through. Looking up until you sigh. There's my yawn. Slowly come back to center and do the same with the opposite side. Now these are vagal exercises, so you're just going to let one side go down, look up. And that's a vagal response from me. My eyes are streaming. Move the eyes around the room. I take in the pleasing colors, the sounds. There's birds singing outside here where I am. The leaves are moving on the tree. I'm observing, so I want you to observe all around you. Breathe in the colors, and then bring your hands. Look at your hands. Bring them together. Feel the skin upon skin. Breathe in. Let them come up to the third eye, the eyes, the face, and just let yourself receive it. Your touching and blessing self. So that is the end of that transmission. Thank you for joining me. Hello, Bea. Hello, Ashleen and Hazel. Hello, Tina. Thank you for joining. So notice what you're feeling before and after. I feel a big sense of calm, release of energy. A lot of beings came through in that. There was a lot of Shiva energy and Christed energy. We had the ancients come through. Gayatri came through for sure. I remember that name being said. And we had the clearing of the pineal, the throat, the womb. And I even felt the spine as well, along the spine. And a little bit around the shoulders, whatever we're holding here. And at the start as well, there was quite a lot of clearing around the brain space, the confusion. So there was a lot of different things happening in that, and I'm trying to remember it all and what I saw, and a lot of beings supporting us, and these are your teams as well. It's not just what's coming through me. This is co-creation. Whoever watches this, you're creating a co-creation with me. So thank you for that. And there was a lot of love. And at one stage, a lot of emotion came up through me where I just wanted to cry. Like, it was like, don't hold it in. Let it move through and pass through you on the breath. And I think that's what was associated with me now personally on my shoulders. Like I was holding in to be strong. And that's something I do, by the way. If somebody has a crisis, I tend to be the one that holds it all together for myself and everybody else. But that's a protection mechanism. And it's good to hold space and have that thing of holding space, but you gotta let it move through you too. So I was getting told a little bit myself there, like, let that go from here. And soften, keep grounding. And there was a lot of grounding energy that came in as well. So thank you so much for helping me today and just letting me share that. And the souls that transitioned, and are transitioning with love. We let you go in love and peace and joy. And to move on to the next part of your soul evolution, and may you be greeted with joy and bliss and healing. Oh, amen, as that is sealed in love, trust and truth. And blessings to all those left behind that are in that grief. So just releasing that. Thank you. Hello, Vivian. There's a lot of my throat around expressing this, talking about death. Hello, Andra. So that is the end of that transmission. I'm going to pull a card just to see what the message that wants to come through. Those of you watching, this will be a message for you too. Those of you watching in the future, you can receive this transmission if any of you are moving through people that are transitioning in your life or your circle right now. And when I say transitioning, I mean like leaving Earth, dying, leaving their bodies, or choosing to leave. Oh, this popped out. And here we go. Part of this is an awakening. You see, the death is an awakening in a weird way. It's also an awakening for those that are left behind. It shakes us out of the shackles of our routines. It shakes us out of the shackles of us thinking things are permanent, and brings us into the greater awareness of trust and impermanence and change, and moving with the ebb and flow of cycles of life and death and birth and ritual. And if you're lacking ritual right now, bring it in, because ritual is a major fact of processing these transitions in life. And we might feel like that's been taken away from us right now. People cannot grieve or have funerals the way they used to, and culture is getting mixed up, lost, not being passed on to the youth. Create new ones. Every breath is sacred. That itself is a ritual. Create that with intention. Rituals were just created through intention to help people move through. I'm saying that because it's actually happening in our family right now. So this is the card that came through. And by the way, this was the energy that I saw it like a lightning bolt come down in the transmission when we were having the clearing. So if you rewatch this, that was what I saw come through us, come down through the spine, which is why we had to do the clearing as well up into the pineal gland, because this is how we integrate and expand. This is the card of the blue flame, which of course is for me the Magdalene, the Palladian. The blue flame is very, for me as well, Christ of consciousness. I associate with the Great Mother. It's also very galactic, and it's spontaneous awakening, the blue flame, activation, and integration time. So when we're activated, there is a period of integration. And this is the same with when there is birth, there is death. Often this happens, and I've seen this happen in my own family. An elder will leave and a new baby is born within months. I've seen it so many times in that cycle when we go back over. Our family lines, you can really follow that. Like, it's pretty amazing. But also with activation, there is which is a period of expansion. There is sometimes a period of going within, contraction. And that's your integration time. So know that sometimes we are in that massive move, and then we move into that quiet stillness within. And not to get stuck in either or to put more importance on one other than the other. Both are equally sacred and important for the cycles. I mean, Earth has her own cycles of summer and winter. So we invite that through as well, and the truth, allowing that blue flame to move through. Now look at it's in a portal and a gateway and a doorway as well. A lot of timeline stuff's been happening. So I feel like this whole changing and merging of timelines is just right there. Can we trust and move through that portal and change the past, change the present, as we be in the now? So thank you, my loves. Roka sa numana laiwaiki ramdana no toko to washa. Iba satati maahalake troto manaka sapa ili shutro domanana ete bahasai. Last off in the mouth. Allahawa shikara oromana hele. Who's having neuralgia right now or pain in your teeth? I'm just getting a sense of that. Udruka mala sawahitria no ese. And debind the tongue to speak and be in the truth. What you can't swallow, what's getting stuck in the gullet, not being digested, breathe it out, because that's creating a little bit of resistance. We can breathe it out. Is anybody here suffering with teeth or neuralgia issues? If you're not on the live, somebody watching the future is, because I am getting told yes. And that transmission will help you as well. Of course, that's all nerve stuff too. And that is the last message, which is what I felt after that. Peace. 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 I should mention I saw the white dove come through, and for me that symbolizes peace. That came in at the very start of the transmission. I always forget that a lot of information comes in at once when we do light language. So it's a non-linear form of communication, so it comes in massive layers, and trying to remember it all comes to me after I say it. Those of you that want to activate your light language or already have it activated but want to expand it, and honestly come into a sacred space to move and love and grow, and to have a safe space to grow your gifts, your abilities, to fine-tune all parts of yourself, be it physical, mental, emotional. Join my light language groups, because they're just getting more powerful every time I do one. And I think it's that collectiveness when we come together, when more than two of us get together in this way with intention. There's just so much of this shedding and growth and expansion and contraction happening in those spaces. It's really sacred. So I would love to put that invitation out to more of you. I'm making it as successful as I can. I know Michelle's in my level 2, and Hazel, you just joined today. I can't wait. And I have payment plans as well, 65 quid from that up, to make it as accessible for all of you lovely ladies. It is for ladies just right now. I am creating a sacred sisterhood. It's majorly what I'm craving, so that's why I'm creating it as a sisterhood right now. If you feel like you'd like to go on that journey with me, learn and grow your gifts, abilities, just get more in tune with the heart, learn, like, this is love self more, love humanity more, move through the gunk and the grit of it all, and have a safe space to do so, and be creative, because we work with music and art and movement and dance. It's a lot of somatic stuff. We do a lot of resetting of our nervous systems, vagal nerve stuff, moving through any trauma with that, being seen, being heard. I mean, this goes quite layered. Everything's quite layered. And of course, if you want to actually teach this to others, if you want to work with clients afterwards, you have level 2, something you want to bring on. And mainly what I bring through really is, I'm just guiding people to access their own inner ability. I'm not doing anything other than that. It's just a mirror showing you the powers within, my love. That is all I'm doing, and mostly we're doing it co-creatively. That's why these spaces are really, really powerful. And God, I love you all that join me. I'm so happy. Thank you. Joe, hello, my darling. And Vivian, and I will leave you with that. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Please share this or tag anybody that's going through that tough time right now. Please share this if anybody's moving through grief right now. The transmission was to help with that. Please share this if anybody's actually in another space of, this was also to bring us back to our bodies. So when we have a shock, or when we ourselves want to check out, we have that sense of we leave the body a little. This is going to help bring people back in. So if you know if anybody's in a tough space, this might help. may help. So if you feel it will resonate, please do share it, tag somebody in this. And if you know somebody who wants to come and learn light language activated or play in the language, please tag them in this too. I am just sharing by word of mouth right now, so your word of mouth helps me. Love you lots. Bye bye.